So they would gather together in one area. So their dining area and their sleeping area is just one because they don't have space.
Greg can really justify that because he tried to use his hand while eating. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
My name is Ismi.
It's me, Roger, and welcome to Roger&Ismi Vlogs.
So today's subject, Filipino ways that foreigners find it weird.
Okay, daghang salamat sa inyong pagigugma o pagsuporta sa among channel.
Thank you so much for your love and support, guys. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell for new uploads or new videos. So what is this weird thing or Filipino ways that you find it weird? What are you talking about, Roger and Ismi?
So for today's video, we're going to talk about our culture. Because for sure, you have a lot of questions. What are those like old ways in the culture in the Philippines?
Yes, and maybe some of you will find it awkward or weird to experience it. So here in the Philippines, some of our subscribers ask about hygiene. Is it a necessity to use your hand?
Or necessary to use your hand?
Yes. So here in the Philippines, is it a tradition? We would answer that for you. So most Filipinos, especially eating, we mostly use our hands while eating. Why? Why is that?
It's because there's like a good connection between your hand and the food. When you eat while using your hand, it's like the taste is different. It's like much more flavorful.
Yeah, it really adds flavor to your food. And we're not talking about like dirt or something. Of course, all we do before we eat is we wash our hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because proper hygiene is a good practice here in the Philippines too. It's like way back before when Spaniards colonized the Philippines. Earlier than that, Filipino tribes before, like the Igorot, they usually use their hands.
And for sure, they don't have like spoon and fork.
Yes, it's like connecting to the food. Because if you use your hand, it's like thanking God or thanking Allah for the food or the blessings. It's like that.
So, well, this is like generation to generation. And up until now, it's like commonly used and still practiced here in the Philippines because it's like it's really good, right? Especially those people in the mountain or in the province, they like often use their hands while eating.
Yes, and it's not just here in the Philippines but also Southeast Asia. So they also use their hands while eating. So
Even me, I oftenly use my hands while eating, even if I'm in the mall, like eating in Jollibee or McDonald's or Mang Inasal. It's really good. I don't care about the people.
yeah, because they think that if you eat publicly using your hands, it's like I don't know. They think that it's not appropriate for you to use your hands publicly. But for me, it's like enjoying your food and you feel happy.
Yeah, and you know what? Greg can really justify that because he tried to use his hand while eating. They visited here in our house, right?
Yes, Greg definitely say that it gives more flavor to the food. I even made a joke. Did you wash your hands? I was like that. But yeah.
Yeah, we tried to like teach him how to use his hands, right?
Yeah.
Like try to do like that.
I think for you guys, it's a little bit awkward because you're not used to using your hands while eating. You always use utensils. But for us, it's really common. All Filipino knows how to use their hands while eating. So in the slums here in the Philippines, most families would gather together. So all of us would always have this practice that we gather together and we would eat at the same time.
Yeah, it's like eating together is really fun, especially with your family, and
Yes.
you can really enjoy the food, right?
Yes, you could really enjoy it, and at the same time you can ask conversation, or you can really connect with your family too.
Absolutely, and that's a part of our culture that Filipinos have to like eat together.
Yes, and before eating, we always pray to thank the food and the blessings that we receive. In the slums, because they have this tiny space, the only area that they have is the sleeping area, and that's also their dining area. So they would gather together in one area. So their dining area and their sleeping area is just one because they don't have space. So they would just sit on the floor, and you know what, guys, if you can really experience that, it's really simple, but you're really having fun.
Absolutely, and I can really relate to that because I grew up in the mountain, and our house way back, it's really small, and then it's made out of bamboo, and then we have just to like put the food on the floor, and then we have to sit down, and then we have to use our hands together with our parents and my siblings. So
Yes.
we have to eat together, though it's like really hard. The situation is really hard, but it's really fun. If you are here in the Philippines, you can try to experience that, especially when you go to the mountain.
Yes, you can really feel their happiness, even though you see that it's pitiful that they don't have a table, they don't have a chair to eat. But the connection of the family, you can really feel their closeness. That's a good thing about experiencing it. It's really different, guys. And also in the province area, most of their food are dried and also soup based, because they can get just vegetables in the garden.
Yes, in the farm, and then their food that they eat every day, or the viand, is the dried fish.
Yeah, always dried fish.
Because they cannot stock meat or like fish because there's no fridge in the mountain or in the province. Not unless if you are close to where there's an electricity, then you can have a refrigerator and you can store food. But in the mountain, they have to buy like 1 kilo of dried fish, and they have to store it, and then it will like last for about 1 or 2 weeks.
Wow. Amazing for province people. Good for me. I'm just lucky that we didn't experience that. But I'm amazed for Roger because they really survived. Their food, their viand was always like that every day.
And I want to share also to them, we're like happy if we can eat, let's say, fish or pork meat in 1 week. And if there's a celebration, it's really like, wow, it's satisfying. Like the feeling that I can eat a lot of pork. It's like, wow, this is like one time, but I have to eat more.
Yeah, because it's not all the time you can eat pork meat. And it's also a necessity that you would have pork oil.
Absolutely. Like you have to store the pork oil, and then afterwards, if there's no pork meat, then you can use the pork oil as a viand.
Yes.
That's what used to do when I like living in the mountain.
Wow. I've tried pork oil and it's really good, guys. Especially you put a little bit of soy sauce. You can really enjoy the rice. I can even like eat 3 cups of rice.
Correct. So I think, guys, that's all for today's video. And we hope that you are entertained, and hopefully this was also informative to you all.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, and see you in our next vlog.
Bye!